Look at this. This always gets me excited, no matter what. Hey there, welcome back to another video on this murky weather, grey weather on Vancouver Island in Ucluelet. Got my buddy Juan with me here.
Here we go again.
Here we go again. I shot a couple of vlogs with this guy. I'm on Vancouver Island because I want to shoot the big waves. Problem is they're not that big, not as big as I would have hoped. There was a forecast for big waves today and tomorrow, but something happened. Something happened along the way, and looks like they're not as big. They said about 4 meters high with a splash for around 10 meters high. That's nowhere close, but we'll see. I can see every now and then a few waves are breaking off over there and they're sending some splashes in the air. But we'll see how it's gonna go. We still have about an hour and a half away from sunset, so I'm just gonna find like a spot to settle down and see what frames I can come up with. Okay, the situation might not be totally lost. I still have some waves that are breaking apart pretty spectacularly and dramatically, and also I do have some birds flying in the distance, so that would make for a nice drama shot. So just gotta get a vantage point over here and see what vista I have and what I can come up with framing and composition wise. Okay, so this is what I'm looking at. As you can see, I have some splashes over there on that side. Every now and then there's a wave that breaks apart and creates a big splash. And then I have over there a cliff that breaks the waves apart and sends them up in the air. But I still think it's pretty dramatic. I do have to be careful because we're right at the edge of the water, so we got to keep an eye on the water so it doesn't come towards us and splashes us off the cliffs. And also keep an eye on the water so we don't get trapped, because we came from there and we have to jump. We had to jump a little bit over the water there, so if this water comes a bit more inside, then we got to get trapped, so we got to keep an eye on that. But for now, I'm pretty happy with this. Okay, so when you're shooting waves, there's a couple of ways to do it. First of all, what I do is I take like 1 or 2 minutes and study the scene, look across the horizon and see where are the biggest splashes. Typically it's where the biggest cliffs are, right? So I have one over there from what I noticed. It's not all the time, but it is sometimes. I have another one over there in that direction, and I have a big cliff over there that breaks up the waves. So I got 3 places that I can point my camera on. Now you can either like set your camera on a tripod and wait for the wave to come into your shot, or just go handheld and just hunt for the waves and go like kind of, it looks and it feels chaotic, but you will get the shots. Have your camera on continuous high. Mine, I think it's like 10 frames per second on continuous high, so that gives you a better chance to catch that wave, right? Okay, so now because the light is pretty good, I have a decent exposure on my camera. Well, actually good exposure. I'm at f5.6 800th of a second. I can go handheld because the light is pretty good, right? So now I'm just looking for waves. I see one just splashed over there and that side over on that side over there. But right now I'm focusing over there and I can see a wave coming, and there you go, there it is. There you go, boom, boom, there you go. Wait for it. So just like keep an eye open, scan the horizons. at this thing over here. Holy crap. So cool. I can just feel like the power of the waves. Also gotta be careful, we don't want to get washed off this cliff. One thing I can tell you is that they start to gain in intensity, so that's good. And also looks like we're gonna have some sunset here. There's more light right now. Look at that, look at that. Holy! Wow. What do you think, bro?
It's insane.
Yeah, man.
Super intense.
Jesus. This always gets me excited, no matter what. When I shoot big waves, and these are not even that big, believe it or not. Man. I got some birds in the sky too, and they add for the dramatic effect. Very cool indeed. I'm gonna focus on that side now. And I don't want to jinx it, but I think we're gonna have some cool sunset today too. So when it's time for sunset, I'm gonna head that way because the sun is gonna go down that way. So I'm gonna shoot the waves in conjunction with the sunset. That would be an awesome shot. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Holy crap. Look at that light. I tried some long exposures. They don't really work, I think. I don't know, I don't have time to review the photos on the camera, and it's normal because you gotta keep an eye open and see and hunt for the wave, right? So there's no time for review. You shoot and then you see later. There's like a lot of birds on that side over there. Very cool. And I got some waves breaking up. There you go! I fell on my ass. I fell on my ass. Good thing I have him with me to save the old guy. The light is just gorgeous. It's perfect. Look at it. Sunny on this side, and I have side light on those cliffs over there. Just perfect. Just gorgeous. I love this. This is like the perfect timing. The waves were small when we got here, and now they're starting to ramp up. But not only that, but also the sky puts on the show. Just beautiful. This is truly spectacular. What an awesome day. Holy. And the sky is clearing up. We're gonna have a beautiful sunset with big waves. I was telling Juan that when I look through the viewfinder zoomed in completely on this telephoto zoom, I see the tops of the waves just curving and just mist and water everywhere. Just fantastic. How do you like it?
Impressive, totally impressive. I'm like stunned.
It's so cool. These are not even that big, man. Like honestly, I've seen bigger here.
This is huge.
And in Port Renfrew as well. But the coastline is different than Port Renfrew, and it's just spectacular in itself, right? Because you have all these different cliffs, and they all break the waves at different times. So if you're lucky and if you're ready, you can catch 2 or 3 like waves being broken apart at the same time in the frame, which is fantastic. It's pretty cool because I can catch some of the waves that are coming in from the direction of that light over there of the sunset, and I can catch the top of the wave with my telephoto, and I can just see mist and orange light behind. Now let me see if I can get a photo, and you'll see how cool that looks. So right now the plan is to move from here across the street over there, because I want to photograph in the direction of the sunset, and also I want to change my perspective because I shot from here like 1,000 photos already in 20 minutes. So I'm gonna go on the other side and get some different perspectives here. This is how lucky you can get sometimes, only by showing up. There's a bird on the cliff over there that just sits there, and behind the bird waves are splashing left and right. I managed to get some photos. Super cool, man. So this is my new spot. Now basically I'm shooting back towards the first location that I was in, the first spot. I do have some waves, some wave action over there too. Pretty cool. Oh, look at this. That part of the sky, the clouds are breaking apart, so it's such a beautiful contrast. I can actually see the blue of the sky and a bit of gray and white from the clouds, and of course in contrast with the waves, the green of the waves and the white on the top and on the foam, the bubbles. Man, just freaking fantastic. And look at that, like orange, 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 and then a little bit of like bluish orange there. Beautiful, just surreal atmosphere right now. Jesus Christ, this is beautiful, man. Never experienced this kind of conditions ever before. I gotta put on the wider zoom because I want to catch that and that together. And of course you gotta do this in a hurry. You don't want to waste waves, man. Right now I'm wasting waves.
In the meantime, look at that. Look at that.
Holy crap. Wow, 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 wow. Sometimes you don't even know where to look. That's why it can be so chaotic sometimes. Because I have waves breaking over there. I have that beautiful light over there. Holy shit, see, I'm missing it. Look at this thing. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. There's so many things going on right now. I don't even know where to look. I don't even know what button to press. Changing spots again. I saw over here a patch of land that looks promising. The sun is almost done. We're gonna have blue hour after. I'm gonna shoot some longer exposures at blue hour. I got an incredibly gorgeous scene over here, framing any composition. I see the sun, it sits on the ocean there, and I have some cliffs in front of it, and the water just splashes in front of the sun. Just gorgeous. I managed to get like 2,000 photos just of that. Just gorgeous. Look at that. Holy crap. And there's some clouds in front of the sun. There's like patches of clouds. That sun looks like a planet, like Jupiter or something like that. It's gorgeous. Look at that. Oh wow, 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 wow. Holy crap, that was good. sun is gone. What a crazy scene that was. I got like tons of photos. This was an awesome day. I'm gonna stick around a little bit more for like 10-15 minutes more, and then I'm gonna call it a day. The light has died down a little bit. There's still waves splashing, but even the waves have died down a little bit. But I'm gonna shoot a few longer exposures now because I have dim light and I can just drop that shutter speed a bit lower. Until the next video, take care, ciao, peace!